A pet store sells fish tanks in the shape of a hexagonal prism with square lateral faces. They advertise various size tanks, but the manufacturer will customize any size ordered. The function v of s equals 3 halves times the square root of 3 times s cubed can be used to calculate the volume in cubic inches based on the side length of a face of the prism, measured in inches. Recall that 1 gallon is equivalent to 231 cubic inches. What side length would be needed for a 30-gallon fish tank? Write a function and related equation. Then use a table of values to determine your solution. Okay, so we have our function here for volume, and notice that the volume here is in cubic inches, and we're actually trying to find the side length for a volume of a 30-gallon fish tank. And so if this fish tank holds 30 gallons, we really need a volume function that can be in gallons instead of cubic inches. And so we will need this conversion factor that 1 gallon is equal to 231 cubic inches. And so we can go ahead and use that to convert our function. So let's go ahead and write out our function here. And so this is in cubic inches, and to convert that, then we just need to use our conversion factor they give us. Then we just need to use, damn you, you stupid thing. I could kill you. Then we just need to use the conversion factor. Then we just need to use the conversion factor they give us, and so we'll put our cubic inches diagonally so that those will cancel. So we'll put 231 cubic inches on the bottom and 1 gallon on top. And then we just need to multiply across and divide. So 3 halves times the square root of 3 times 1, that actually will equal quite a long decimal, but it's approximately, if we round that to the nearest 10 thousandths, that's approximately 112 10 thousandths. And then we still have the s cubed, and then our cubic inches cancel, and we're just left with gallons. And so then our new function is approximately 112 10 thousandths s cubed, and that's in gallons. And so then our related equation would just be substituting in 30, since that's the volume of our new fish tank here, and we want to know s, that side length. So we would just substitute in 30 for v of s, and then the rest of the function would be the same. And then the rest of the equation would be the same. And then the rest would be the same. No. And so now to solve this, all we need to do is substitute in our function into our calculator and use the table to see when will that y value or dependent value equal 30. Okay, and so notice that I've already put in our function here into y1, and I've used x instead of our s variable, and then go to second graph to our table, and we're going to be looking for 30 in the y column. And so 30 occurs around 14, but that's quite a bit bigger than 30. Let's try to get a more exact answer. We can go to table set, and we'll make our table just start at 13, and we'll make it go up by much smaller increments, much smaller than 1, and that way we can get a more exact answer. So pressing second window, then we'll just have our table start at 13, and let's have it go up by 5 hundredths instead, and we'll get a much more exact decimal answer that way. And so now again, looking for 30 in our y column, we see that this occurs right between 13 and 85 hundredths. We get 29 and 756 thousandths, and then at 13 and 9 tenths, it's a little bit over 30. So that's going to happen somewhere in between there. For our answer, let's just take the average of those. So adding together 13 85 hundredths and 13 9 tenths, and dividing by 2, we just get 13 and 875 thousandths, and that's right in between. And we will go ahead and use that for our answer as our side length of the fish tank. And so let's go ahead and summarize. The function v of s equals 3 halves times the square root of 3 times s cubed cubic inches times 1 gallon divided by 231 cubic inches simplifies to V of S is approximately 112 10,000 s cubed gallons. The related equation is 30 is approximately 112 10,000 s cubed. The intervals between input values in the table can be decreased to find a function value close to 30, which occurs between 13 and 85 hundredths and 13 and 9 tenths. Thus, a 30-gallon fish tank would have faces with a side length of approximately 13 and 875 thousandths inches.